welcome back. It is such an honor to have you here. Merry Christmas. It is currently just so hot outside, even though it's like Christmas time. I live in Houston, so the weather here is always crazy. Last Christmas, it was snowing here, and it was so beautiful. And then now you walk outside and it's so hot, but that's just Houston for you. Today I want to dive straight into this video. I'm going to talk about how I went from broke to six-figure earner at the age of 18 years old, to then having multiple businesses, to now becoming a real estate investor at 23 years old, and how inner work actually played the biggest role in all of my quantum leaping journey. So I want to talk to you a little bit about my first story. Whenever I first started my first business at 16 years old, actually no, I was 18 years old. I moved to San Francisco when I was 16 years old, and I started working 2 jobs. I was working so much, 7 days a week. I would never take a day off. And I would also I was the kind of girl who would wake up early. I would stress over just going to work, no, I have to be there on time. If I'm late, then my hourly won't count. I was so into just making sure that I got my full 8 hours of work. And another thing, I used to work from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then my other job was across the street. And I used to work at this other job as a barista from 3 p.m. till 10 p.m. And it was just so crazy. It was so hectic. I remember that living that kind of life, I was so under pressure. I was constantly rushing to get somewhere, and I look back and I'm like, where was I running to? Why was I going so fast, driving so fast to work? I was always trying to get somewhere, and I look back and I'm like, girl. And my living situation was not the best. I kid you not, I had such wounded father issues, and I used to sleep in this tiny room. It was probably about 100 square feet. And me and my brother would share this room. I was 16, he was 17 years old. And we would both share this room. We were so poor, I kid you not, so poor. And in this room, we had a bunk bed. I would sleep on top, and my brother would sleep at the bottom. And my father wound was so deep because my dad himself, he will not provide for me, will not take care of me, will not worry about me. And that really hurt my life. It didn't just hurt my income, because your income is tied to your father. How your father has treated you, because your brain creates a blueprint in your mind of how masculine energy should be. And that is how you start treating money. Money and masculine energy are tied together. You make money through your masculine energy. And what just happened was, because of that reason, because I was never loved, never provided for, never taken care of, I was literally in a tiny little room in a bunk bed, and my dad could not even afford to buy me a bed. So we had to put pillows in my bed so I can sleep there. And as a 16-year-old, I was like, why can't I get a bed, And I would call my mom constantly, because she would be in Houston, and be like, I don't want to be here. And both of my parents could just not afford it. They were 9-to-5 workers, but not in corporate or anything. They are immigrants in this country, so they would work at McDonald's, and they pay $9 an hour. You literally work probably 10 hours, not even 10, maybe 40 hours, and barely make $500 a week at $9 an hour. That is not enough money to get you anywhere. But my parents did that for so long. That's what they couldn't afford anything. And I was trying to constantly prove my worth. I was working so many jobs because I was trying to prove my worth. I was so smart. I graduated early from high school. I went homeschooled at 16, and then I graduated so early. I believe around 17 or 18. That's when I graduated, and I was doing all of my schoolwork online. Because I couldn't afford to just go to school and just spend my time there, because I thought I was wasting time. So I couldn't spend my time there because I had to make money, because my parents couldn't afford anything for me. I remember a time we couldn't even afford clothes. It was so bad. And I always felt like I had to earn my rest. I felt like I had to earn love, and I felt like I had to earn safety because of everything that was going on around me. I was in such a bad environment. And it wasn't because I was lazy, because I was such a hard worker. I've never been lazy. I always got money, whether it is a 9 to 5, I always figured it out. And I didn't realize that I was in survival mode all the time, but it's because my parents didn't know any better, because they were also in survival mode. They didn't know English, they only spoke Spanish in an American country where everyone speaks English. They didn't know any better. And I don't blame them. I know their past, I know everything they've been through. And the reason I moved back, so I moved back to Houston around 18 years old, because I said, I'm tired of being tired of being tired, and I'm so sick of being sick of being sick. Like, I'm done. I'm gonna start a business. I'm gonna learn how to do brows and lashes. And I came to Houston, took a course, got my first apartment here, and then just started a business. I said the worst thing that can happen is that I fail and I go back to California and then save up money and then try again. That's it. I had no other option but to do it. And I started my business. I failed 3 times. I kid you not, I failed 3 times. And I went broke those 3 times because I thought, okay, I'm gonna get a suite and I'm gonna start doing brows and lashes. It just did not work out for me. And because I thought business was easier, I'm gonna get a suite with no clients. Like, I don't know what I was thinking, but I know that I wanted to look professional and I wanted to do something else. And that's okay, because at the end of the day, if I hadn't failed, I would have never known about business marketing, customer service, providing the best value, not just thinking in terms of money, like monetarily, but thinking in terms of how can I help you? How can I serve you? How can I change the way that you look at yourself through beauty? Whether it is brows, lashes, facials, how can I help you? And then after my 3rd fail, that's when I captured it, because I started buying courses on marketing, and then I hired someone to do my marketing for me. I got a camera, I started creating content, really great high quality content, and it was like, whoa, like this is great. Like, my skills became great, my content, my marketing, everything was awesome. And that is when I started making 10 grand a month as an 18-year-old. And from there, it just skyrocketed. Everything went so well. I opened up my salon about 2 years ago. And I was 21 years old. That's when I opened up my salon and kind of expanded. And I grew my community, had my clients. I started charging $500 for brows and then $250 for lashes. And then I was doing like 7 to 8 clients a day. And then again, I was still, even though I had a business, I was still running the same rat race as I was before. I was constantly working in survival mode. I did not give myself a break, because I thought that I had to keep working, because previously I was always working. That was my nervous system. My nervous system thought that the more that I worked, the more that was my value and where my worth was in. And it wasn't. My worth and my value are not in how much I hustled. But that's what my nervous system was telling me, so I did it. And so then I was working so much, my nervous system was so like, oh my gosh, your nervous system does not follow what's healthy, it follows what's familiar. So if your familiarity is working and hustling and maybe looking at the clock, timing in and out, that is what your nervous system is going to follow. So you have to be the one to change it, question your nervous system, question your beliefs, and just start doing and doing and doing, compounding and compounding and compounding. That's when things just start to change in your life. When you have a vision, trust your vision, because you are going to get so far in life. If I hadn't taken those leaps of faith and failed, I would have never been financially free since I was 18 years old. I would have never known about healing my nervous system, how to get out of that survival mode. I didn't come to heal my survival mode until last year, when I was like, wait, I don't have to work so much. Like, what is inner work? What does it mean? And it actually is just doing self-development for your soul. You don't need to just do self-development for your mind, your body, but your soul and your spirit is also very important. And to me, I never knew how important it was. That's why I was constantly in survival mode. That's why I was constantly overworking and thinking that hustling was the best option. Didn't enjoy my life. I was making so much money. I did not enjoy my life. I did not go on as many trips as I wanted to. And I wish that I would have done that, because I spent all my time working. And those are years that I missed because I didn't know how to heal my nervous system and get out of survival mode. But to do that, we will talk about it more in my YouTube channel, so please continue to follow me because I know how to help you. I've been there, trust me. This is why I'm sharing this story. Then, like I said, I became a six-figure earner. I got a rental property, and then I started charging everybody rent weekly. I became an Amazon FBA seller. It took me about 2 years to learn how to put my product out there and properly sell it. And then I now officially became a real estate investor. I invested in my first property last month, which is November. And I am so excited because my boyfriend's handling everything. He's a real estate broker. He's one of the youngest real estate brokers in Texas, if not the youngest in Texas. He's 27 years old. And he's just awesome. I love him. He's doing everything for me. He found the property. He got the contractors. He negotiated with the GC company. He also bought a lending company, so he's also the lender as well. And he does so much. So he's so smart. And I never thought that I would have that, from being that girl to having such a healthy relationship, to having a healthy nervous system where I can just relax, having good men that's providing for me, a man that I never knew what being provided for was. Because again, my dad did not provide for me, didn't give me that safety that my nervous system needed. So I'm gonna make a course on healing your masculine energy. It is so important. This took me like years to learn. It took me years to learn because I was in survival mode. When you're in survival mode, you are not creating, you are not looking at life with pink glasses. You are looking at life with gray glasses. It's all in black and white. That's how life is when you're in survival mode. You can't think. You are literally just acting just to act. You're doing things just to do things, but you're not aware. My life changed when my nervous system changed. It is so important for those same reasons. And your life can change in a matter of a year, 2 years. Like, it can change so fast, because I know it did for me. Like, from the age of 18 to the age of 20 to now the age of 23, I never thought that I would have one of my products on Amazon making sales for me every single day, a rental property, investing in real estate, owning a salon and then selling it. I would have never thought I would never in my mind it would have crossed. So that girl who used to work 2 jobs every single day from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., that girl wouldn't have believed me because she was constantly overworking. But that's why we have to heal our nervous system. And this is some of my notes right here. So what I thought being soft meant was not speaking up. I would never speak up. People would tell me anything and I would be like, okay, that's fine, sure. I would never say my truth, not saying my truth. Like, that right there, like, even though I felt angry at someone, I would not speak up. There was like a blockage in my throat, and I had to heal that too. It was a lot healing that as well. I thought being soft meant being a pushover. People would constantly try to push, like, dim my light all the time, because I was such a hardworking girl, like, and I did so much. I always tried to learn. Even though I was working so much, I went to events, networking events. I was reading books. I was always trying to learn something new. I did not let myself just fall behind. And then another thing, overgiving at the cost of my peace. I was such an overgiver. I would give, and that would cost like self-sacrifice. I would overgive from self-sacrifice, not give from abundance. Like, if somebody wanted something and I felt like they were vulnerable, or they were just my friends and they couldn't do it or couldn't afford it. Because I was so tired working, I would be like, oh no, I feel so bad for you. Like, let me give this to you. And that would like sacrifice my time, my energy that I spend. So that right there, I had to do so much inner work. I also would shrink myself just to be accepted. I would shrink my light just to be accepted by other people who I don't even remember their name. So please don't do that. That is you right now. Do not do that, because that was me. I was abandoning myself. Like that's called abandonment. And okay, I love this part. So this is where my dark feminine energy came to my rescue. We all have different energies. We have our masculine energy, our soft, and our dark feminine energy. My softness was so pure, she was so sacred, she was just so graceful that people would walk all over her for those reasons, because anything that is sacred, people want to use it. They want to take advantage of it. They don't see the value, because they don't also see the value in themselves. So that's why they do that. And I saw that, and I said, no more. It stops here. That's when my dark feminine energy activated. She started setting boundaries without guilt or shame. She started saying no. Just no, I'm not going to hang out with you. I'm not going to do that. My energy is so sacred that I just can't allow you to bring that trash and pour it onto me. Leave your trauma over there. Go talk to a therapist. If you want to tell me something and pour your trauma onto me, like, they will be charged. It's not free. This is not free therapy. Or go get yourself a therapy. You're going to come in here and you're going to speak healthy to me. We're both going to have a healthy adult conversation now. And I stopped tolerating disrespect. When I chose discernment over people pleasing, my life changed. My life started changing, and my business started changing with me, because I started choosing discernment over people pleasing. I would not people please my clients. I would not please anyone who did not align with myself. That's it. If you can't pay my price, then we're not aligned, and there's someone out there for you. Because I'm going to show you guys a video of the work that I used to do as a lash artist and brow artist. Like, I'm going to put them right here. It was so good. I became so skillful. All I would do was just perfect my skills every single day. And then that's when I realized that my boundaries was my feminine energy, and I was missing feminine energy the whole time. I would dress up like a tomboy as well. Like, I remember dressing up in like big t-shirts and just baggy sweatpants all the time. I would go to work, to my barista job, and did not care. I would just wake up and go to work like 5 minutes before I had to clock in, and I would just put on my sweatpants, my baggy shirt, and call it a day. I wouldn't care to brush my teeth, to do my hair, my makeup, to look good. I would not care. I was in my wounded masculine energy, like, because the same reason I was in a bad environment where I wasn't treated properly. So if you're in an environment right now where you're also not being loved, protected, and feel safe, you need to leave, because that will cause your future to stay the same, if not worse. If I had stayed the same and not changed and questioned everything about my life and my reality, I would not be here where I am today. So please do that. Start writing it down. Start telling yourself that every single day. And then, so my biggest realization is, I wrote it down here. Softness isn't about being quiet. It's not. You being quiet doesn't do any service to anyone. If you feel like speaking up, speak up and say your truth. And if it's gonna hurt some feelings, then it's gonna hurt their feelings, and that's it. Being soft is about feeling safe, feeling that safety inside of you, knowing that things are gonna work out for you. Nothing in life happens to you, it happens for you. Understanding that will change your life completely. You start to see life with different lenses, with those pink lenses, are like how we were as children. Start to see life with those pink lenses again, and just be so playful with life. That is your key to everything being like a child again. Because like, when did we become such boring adults? No. And then the safer that I started to feel, the less that I had to prove myself and my worth. I made myself feel so safe, protecting myself, getting myself out of that environment. My parents were not there for me. No one was. No one's gonna come to rescue you. You're gonna come and rescue yourself. You only have you at the end of the day. And if you have a family, that is amazing. You have a great family that loves you, that is amazing. But they're not gonna get you to the next level in life where you need to be. And honestly, I would have loved to grown up like that, but I didn't. And now I know that I had to break those generational curses and traumas to be able to go to the next level where I know that my kids will have the best life, and I know that they will. And now, how you can start to shift your life today. So number one, slow your body down. I need you to start slowing down. Whether it is you're going to work, slow down. You do not need to rush anywhere like I used to before that. You're gonna put your body unconsciously in survival mode. Whenever you have your phone and then you play videos at like 2x speed, you are putting your body in survival mode without you realizing it. Whenever you're speaking too fast, you are putting your body in survival mode. Whenever you are trying to rush to do anything, trying to rush to eat, you are putting your body in survival mode. Slow down, catch yourself. Whenever you eat, just every single bite you take, I want you to just savor it. I want you to feel the ingredients in it, the aromas. I want you to feel everything. Slow your body down. Number two, stop over explaining. A no does not need permission. A no is a no, and that's it. And your peace does not need permission. A no does not need a paragraph. Your peace does not need permission. That's it. If somebody invites you to go out to drink and like maybe you don't want to do that anymore, that's not who you want to become. That's not your future self. Your future self doesn't want to do that all the time. She wants to hang out in healthy places. Then just start saying no. You don't have to over explain. Well, no, I can't because like I have homework to do tomorrow. I have to go to school tomorrow. Maybe I have something to do. Like, no, just a no is a no. I can't go. No. Stop over explaining yourself to why you're saying no. And I used to do this all the time. I would start over explaining myself. People don't need to know that. Unless he's your friend and your close friend, like sure. If you want to do that, that's fine. But don't over explain yourself to people. And then number three, release the urgency. Urgency to get somewhere. Stop driving so fast. Urgency puts you in survival mode. What would happen with me, I don't know why, like I was always in such urgency to get to work, to make more money, to speed up my life, to get here. I felt like if I didn't, I would slow down my life for some reason. Like I'd be like, my life would be boring. It wouldn't have meaning to it. That's what it felt like for me before. But now I'm like, no, I don't have urgency. I don't need to rush anywhere. And I don't have an urgency to make more money because everything is aligned for me and everything will come to me so effortlessly, just like how it's done in my life. And ever since I did that, the businesses came in effortlessly, the ideas, the products that I launched on Amazon, the right property to buy, that came so effortlessly where I didn't have to do anything. And that is what I'm here to teach you, to live a life so soft. Relax your nervous system, heal your wounded masculine, heal generational trauma and curses, heal your soul, so that you can just attract all the abundance to your life without having to do so much work. Because working so much like how I used to was not the life anyone wants to live. And I literally, like, I see this all the time. I see people just overworking. They're in jobs they hate. And I can walk outside right now and no one's driving their dream car. 1% of people are driving their dream car. I was so blessed to have a man who bought me my dream G-Wagon and bought me my dream Porsche Miss Sally. Like, and I was handed all that in a silver platter when I healed my nervous system. It's going to take some time, but you need to start today. And I honestly, I was going to buy it myself, but then my boyfriend just came into my life and he's like, no, I'll go get it for you. Just give me some time. A few months later, he got it. It was amazing. And now, number 4, choose discernment. Not everyone deserves access to you. Not everyone deserves to be around you. Not everyone deserves to hear your story. Not everyone deserves your time. Value your time. Know that you are sacred in your value when you're so worth it. Because if you came to me with that great energy and you knew it, I would be like, I love you. I love you. Thank you so much because you protected yourself. If you protect yourself, we can have, like, with other high value women, we can have a great conversation. Because I know that you're protecting your energy. I know I'm protecting mine. And we would have the most divine conversation. I know that for a fact. And then number 5, start resting without feeling like you need to earn it. You don't need to suffer to earn rest. You don't need to go through a lot of pain to be able to rest. You don't need to work multiple jobs and have enough money in your bank account to be like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna rest. I will talk more about men and money and how that correlates together, but I need you to know that resting sometimes is more. And I don't mean rest just to do less. I mean rest so that your nervous system can relax, you can think clearer and start making proper decisions in your life with everything that you do. Because every decision that you make will actually lead you to your goal. It will lead you to that beautiful place that you imagine in your head every day where you're like, I want this life for me. That's where it's going to lead you. Every decision you make will lead you straight there. Every step you take, every word you say will lead you straight to abundance and straight to gold. And that is what I want for you because I've done it at such a young age. And when I tell people about this, everyone thinks that I'm delusional, but I'm like, yes, I am delusional, but it's my reality. So that is it for today.